To flip the coin is a choice.
It is.
It's a choice.
I fully agree 100%.
It's a choice in what you react to. It's a choice.
What you want to entertain.
What you want to entertain, what you digest. Everything.
How you digest
How you
things.
digest it. That's perception.
When did you decide that you're going to flip that coin?
The coin flipped when I start to love myself.
When did you know that you had to love yourself? Or when did you begin to love yourself? In January. Not a very long time ago. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a very hard mountain to climb.
Yeah. It's been a tough one, but it's like...
It keeps getting better, doesn't it?
It's a fantastic mountain.
Oh, it is a fantastic mountain.
Sometimes I'm running up the mountain.
Yeah, be like...
But it's this mountain that's... The tip of the mountain are different. It's not just one tip of the mountain.
Oh,
you reach this mountain, then it's like, okay, there's more mountains. Sometimes I'm struggling. Like, you know what? I'm cool with this part of the mountain.
Yeah,
like,
this is a good. You're gonna set up camp.
And I'm
gonna be staying here for about a month. You know what I mean? And then it gets swampy.
It gets swampy. You gotta move higher.
Yeah, because you have to get out of the rains.
Gotta ascend. So like,
always growing throughout life. Always growing.
It too.
Climbing, scratches, you get scars, you get bruises, whatever not.
Mm-hmm.
But the worst thing you can do is stop.
You can't stay.
Yeah, you can't stay. Because it corrupts your soul.
Yeah. You're going to grow, whether you like it or not. And if you don't...
It'll force you to.
If you don't fight yourself like I was doing at the beginning, like we talked about, your growth is a lot easier. You can actually facilitate your growth. Yeah,
and actually comprehend those lessons that you're learning and apply it to your life.
Mm-hmm. It took loving myself. It took forgiving myself. It took calling a spade a spade. It took forgiving other people for that coin to flip. Because I was carrying around
a lot of shit.
And giving that to people that had nothing to do with it. And then
go ahead.
When I started to see that I was doing that, I started to see like that other people was carrying around shit and giving it to me.
Yeah. You get back what you give out.
Exactly.
Yeah. How did you begin to love yourself? Like, what was the first step you would say now looking back at it that you're like, man, that just started me on the roll?
Alright, so I liked somebody and they didn't like me back. Like, not the way
you wanted to like that person.
Not the way that I wanted to be liked. And it was like, okay. So I got out of like a sticky situation. I have a song called Almonds.
Yes.
And
I know Almonds.
And I wrote Almonds during the shutdown.
Yeah.
And that's when the situation was happening. And it was like, I had to ask myself, I had to sit down, I had to ask myself, I had to say, Ebri, what do you need? What do you need? Was it like a journaling thing, or was it like a literal sit down and we're like... No, I had to sit down. Because I had to swallow
Talk it out.
Yeah, I had to swallow my pride and swallow the fact, like, all right, so this person that I think I like and that I think I adore, this is not it. And I had to sit with a little stomach hurty feeling.
Yeah.
And like, and like I had to ask myself, okay, so what is it that you need?
What is it that you need?
And then I made a list.
You made a physical list. Physical list.
I said, what do you need? Like, what do you need from somebody? And I made a list. And then I asked myself, so...
Could this person give it to me?
Nope.
Okay, sorry.
Why don't you give those things to yourself? Like...
What started this? Because I know there's a lot of lectures out there that say, treat yourself how you want to be treated. Because you won't take any type of disrespect, any type of anything from anyone, because you don't treat yourself like that.
Right. It started me thinking about the situation. I'm like, yo, I want to be put first.
Yeah.
I want to be, this is and the third. And then I have to do the thinking like, well, Ebri, that's a little bit
iffy.
That's kind of selfish.
Yeah.
To say that you want to be put first.
And you don't put yourself first. Yeah,
but that's not what I was thinking.
Okay.
It's a little selfish to say you want to be put first when you don't know all the things this person has going on. So, Now the thought was, put yourself first. But even before put yourself first, I had to think, I had to say, why do you want somebody to put you first? And so I had to go unpack some damn childhood trauma about being put first. Sent me into a spiral.
That sounds like a spiral to me. That really did.
All the time I was spiraling upwards and didn't even know. I thought I was spiraling down because I was crying and all this other shit.
But it was a good type of spiral,
spiraling upward.
It was an unpacking spiral.
Yes. So with those questions, asking myself that, and then like making this list, and then that's how the lyrics for Moments came. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I want to be seen. This is how I want to be
portrayed.
Accepted. This is how I want to be. So treat yourself like that. And then that is when like flowers, the orchids start to like
blossom.
Yeah.
How would you explain this to a person who's going through a similar situation to get them started on the right path?
I would say that everyone's path is different. I would say everyone's path is different. Mm-hmm. There's no one recipe to success. Things that you want or expect from other people to do that for you. I want to be seen.
Yes.
And I don't mean seen in a famous way. I mean, it would help. Mm-hmm. But
of the pocket.
Thank you. Right? But seen, like, I want you to see the things that and this is I'm taking my time with this because I don't want it to come off to say I want someone to read my mind.
Okay.
No. Well, I want someone to dig a little deeper to see me.
Past the kind of easy skin.
Past the surface. That is what I want, right? So in order for a person to see me, there's a couple questions that I have to ask myself. Well, how do I want to be seen? Mm-hmm. How am I putting myself out there?
This is a personal journey that you need to sit down and talk to yourself about to know yourself.
Exactly. So that is what I would say. I would say, ask yourself, what is it that you want? Mm-hmm. How can you give that to yourself? And how do you expect others to give that to you? The how, the why, the what. Those things are important to ask yourself first, because I thought that, oh, I want X, Y, Z. When really it was, I want to be put first.
Yeah.
And it was, well, why? I had to go unpack some shit. And that was a crazy journey. But then I had to learn to put myself first and be selfful. I would say to anyone watching, anyone listening, figure out what it is that you want from somebody else, and try to give that to yourself first. Especially if these are things that are not tangible things. Like if somebody says, I have a homeboy, he says, I'm the biggest thing in the room. You gonna see me. I want to be heard. He's a rapper as well.
Yeah.
He says, I want to be heard. You're gonna see me.
Right? I want to be heard.
I want to be heard. Me, always been loud.
Yeah. People are gonna hear you.
You're gonna hear me before you see me.
Yeah.
When I start talking, other people look. What the fuck is that? Even before they see me. But I want to be seen. So I had to see myself. I had to see myself for who I am. I had to see myself for who I am not. I had to see myself
who I want to be.
Who I want to be. Who I'm going to be. You know what I'm saying? So I have to see myself, and this is something that I'm working on. When I told you I did that writing, and then I had to lay down and meditate and ask myself, okay, where are you? Yeah. And I had to go. That is something that I came to the other day.
Like a success type of thing, or was
that
it
realization?
More? Oh,
that realization. The thing that I'm talking to you about right now is new. It's what I just learned.
It's a spiritual scene, something that is there but not there. It is the windows are to eyes to the soul type of vibes.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Sometimes you can just see different things. Some people possess
different perspectives.
Some people possess these different powers, right? These different superpowers, right? Everybody's not a music producer.
Yeah.
Everybody's not a music, because some people can't hear the things. Some people can't hear what you need to make a banger. Some people can't hear that.
Okay. They don't hear the layers to it, kind of.
They don't hear the layers. They don't hear the earworms. They don't hear
the melodies, the beats, the tones, the blah, blah, blah. Painting a picture, but already having the image in your head and knowing the layers of paints, the palettes, and everything like that.
Some people leave the studio, right, with a pre-mix. And to them, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Because they've only had pre-mixes, right?
Yeah.
And they go and they put it out, and it's like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Right? And I know, because I was that artist at one point in time.
Yeah.
But then when you get something really mixed and mastered, and this is radio ready,
it's a different sound.
It's a different experience. It's a different feel.
Yeah.
And the person that is just the rapper, or I don't mean just, but the person that is not the producer or not the engineer, you're not gonna hear what
all the layers, what it needs,
So that's what I'm saying. Like, some people possess different powers. Like, some people can see different things. Some people can hear different things. Some people can feel different things. When people say, when you have a conversation, pay attention when you have a conversation with somebody. Some people say, "Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I hear you. I feel you."
But they really don't.
No, they're telling you how they're telling you how they get it, and really, it sounds like just a simple thing like, "Oh yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I see what you're saying." But that person can see. That person has a vision
of what you're saying, like
of the whole thing, right? So when I say I want to be seen, that is what I mean. I want
someone to see your personal song, meaning you as a person.
We probably just really went into a space, into like that circle, but that's what I would say, and I had to see myself, right? Yeah. So anything, to get back to the original point, anything that you want from someone else, try to give it to yourself first. To see if that's even what you want. I don't need somebody to put me first. Like, if you put me first, your bills might not get paid. Like, and I like. Now I'm first, like, it was like,
but listen, you didn't need $350 per dinner. Right. I mean, rent's due, isn't it?
That's all right. Let's see. That's the situation where you're like, okay, next time put work first or yourself.
Yeah, or like your career, further yourself,
your passions.
All right, let's regurgitate back to more quotes. Nigga, I had a dream to convince you that the black woman is God. How would you feel? Uncomfortable and slightly odd. So who am I to tell you what you should believe? And who are you to tell me what I should believe?
And who the fuck are you to tell me that I should go read the Bible?
Yep.
Fly a kite though. I'm eating a cheeseburger, walking a tightrope. Yeah, no harness, no typo. I meant that. Yeah, that's MLK.
Yes, it is. So, yes, it is.
What I meant by that, so I've been through a lot of different understandings, right?
Expand on that.
So, like,
I think I know what you mean. But...
Okay. So for a minute, so when I grew up, like, we would go to church. We wasn't into church heavy.
Yeah.
But we would go to church. We had a home church, and we would go. When I spent time at my grandma's, we would go.
Yeah.
And then I got into I used to record in the recording place with, like, over a church.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It was okay.
Yeah.
And so since that, they owned the whole building, so there was no way we could not go to church on Sunday. We would have to go downstairs, even if we stayed up all night partying. Like, bro, we're in church.
I hear the organ.
Oh, goodness. So in that time, the person who was producing, he is. I really can't say what he believes in or not, because I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, I think he grew up on the Quran, and, like, he believes in crystals and just the power of, like, the original man and self and things like that.
Power of being.
Yeah, and so those are the things that I was around. So, you know what I'm saying, gravitated to it. I remember I was just sitting one time, and I'm like, yo, got the Father, the Son, and then the Holy Spirit. How come why don't we call it woman? Why don't we say Father, Son, Mother? Like, why don't we acknowledge this woman? Why don't we acknowledge women? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, yo, I'm thinking back, I'm like trying to visualize exactly where I was and like what was going through my mind. I'm like, yo, not only are we acknowledging woman,
but woman is classified as spirit. That's what my mind went to.
That's what my mind. But I'm asking, like, why can't we say that? Why can't we say this word of what this is? Why can't we call this? You know what I'm saying? We know what a son is. We know what a father. Why can't we call this thing? Why can't we call this space
woman?
Right. Yeah. And so, I'm thinking. I think I was on like a break at work. You hear me? I was working like a third shift warehouse shit. And I'm like, man, the black woman period. Yeah. Getting the shit into the stick. And I'm like, damn, black woman gets
a lot
of shit end of the stick. And I'm like, sometimes I guess God gets the shit end of the stick too. Like, we only go to this being when we need something, or when it's. That's what I was thinking at the time. These are my
That's
my thoughts
a really
at
good
that time,
thought
right? So I'm like,
I'm
like, we only go to this being, this God, when we're in shit, when we're in this turmoil, when we're in this, and then we won't even acknowledge these things. And I'm like,
the credit,
right? And I'm like, there's this. I think I learned about this cell, and like the cell being like only passed on through the mother, and it dating back to the first black woman in Africa, and it's like, whoa. Ain't no fucking way that the black woman. And those were just my thought processes. Yeah. You know, when I came up with that specific bar, I came up with that specific thing. That is what that came to be. Like, yo, what?
The unanswered questions.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm flopping this whole entire verse, kind of.
Yeah, please.
So, what if they're holding a mother to a different standard? Not different standard, but spirit is the utmost high, what we refer to as the Holy Spirit.
Most high, right?
Yeah. And then woman is the producer of beings, and they pass on the Holy Spirit. And without the woman, there will be no more spirit.
Like God.
Yes.
There you go.
Did I just circle back around to your thought?
Circle back around. Yeah. You just said it in a different way. But you said
exactly
what I just said. Yeah. Just in a different way. You said exactly what I said. When I thought of it in an angry way. Like, so how come and this and this and this and this and this just debunking things? Yeah. The way you approached it was from a light space. Now, mind you, when I thought about that, I was still not knowing how to. You know what I'm saying? But absolutely, you just approached it from a light space. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Straight up. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. That's poetry.
That's how I was thinking, because I was like, that was a great thought process. The way you debunked it, primo. It's like
the way you circled it back around was even better. So and that's the beautiful thing about music, is like somebody else could have heard that. Yeah. And thought like, shut the fuck up, like there's no way, right? Yeah. Somebody else could have heard that and thought, hold up.
Let me run it back. Yeah.
Just like you did. Some people could have heard that and thought there's absolutely no way
that's how it goes.
Black woman is. There's no way. You're crazy. It's this, and this. Yeah. I guarantee that there are some people, maybe they may not have heard that, or maybe they have, or maybe they will, and like, nah, that was wrong. It has to be this, and this, but that's the power of it.
It's a different perspective.
Yeah. Hey, there's this Steve Harvey book. Steve Harvey book, and it's called, oh man, Not Think Like a Man. It was before that, but listen, he said, things are like your vehicle, right? Mm-hmm. That people and things are like your vehicles, get you to the next place. He said, but just like
facts. Sorry, go ahead.
Just like in a car, the headlights only allow you to see, like, I forget the
only in front, like not even 20 feet,
like
not even
10 feet, 10 feet ahead.
Yeah.
right? Because he said that's like life. He said, I think Steve Harvey believes in God. Said God,
I believe he does.
God gives you only the ability to see 10 feet ahead of you, or whatever the number he said in the book. Because if you see the bigger picture,
it'll scare you.
You're gonna quit. If I would have seen that I was going to be in certain depressions, in certain spaces, if I would have seen that certain things wasn't going to work out, I would have never went to I went to Columbia College, Chicago.
Yeah.
Right? I would have never, if I knew that wasn't going to work out, I would have never went to Columbia College.
Never learned what you did.
Never learned what I learned. I met one of the greatest friends I've ever met. His name is Peter. Shout out to Peter.
Shout out to Peter. Good friend.
Straight up. Yeah. And I don't even know if Ebronix will be out. And that's truth. That is truth. Ebronix might still be some shit, just some lyrics I have written in my phone on some paper somewhere. And because if Ebronix wouldn't have came out,
nothing would have happened.
Nothing would have happened. Because
literally nothing.
Shout out to Peter. You know what I'm saying?
No offense, but nothing.
Nothing would have happened.
Yeah.
Because listen, me and Peter, we haven't always seen eye to eye.
Yeah.
Me and Peter are just now getting back to a good space, right? And Peter put out Ebronix first. Peter's mom gave us the money. He put up the money for us to do that. And we didn't see eye to eye on things after that. And it was like, all right, well, I see how that was done. I know what it takes to do that now.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, if I want this done, I have to do it for myself. So when I was a little kid, I got this uncle, and he said...
Is it scripture uncle or different?
No, it's my Uncle Phil.
All right.
I had some really good uncles, right?
Yeah.
He said... Well, of course, he didn't see the future, but this is his exact words. But when you get older, and you start dating, and then you get a boyfriend, he said, ask them, what can you do for me that I can't do for myself?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so with that, it was a lot of things that I did not or could not because of financially, but to do for myself as far as like just put things out. I didn't know the process of it yet.
Yeah.
But I had to sit and learn. I had to sit and learn. I had to do some studying, do some focusing.
Some homework,
and figure out what is it that I want. Okay, right now I want to be heard.
Yeah.
How do you want to be heard? Okay, well, you have to do it this way. It's going to take this amount of money, and you're going to have to put this out like that. You have to do it for yourself. Yeah. Same thing I said, okay, what do I want from somebody else, right? When you're early on rapping and shit, you think about record deals. You think about blowing up. Yeah. You think about making it. You think about all that shit, right? Yeah. And so what I'm thinking is, okay, well, this is what I want somebody to do for me. I want a chance. I want a shot. No, I am the shot. Yeah. I am the chance. So I had to do those things like I said earlier when we said, I want to be put first. No, put yourself first. Yeah. I want to be seen. No, put yourself. I want this music to come out. Okay, we'll put it out.
Put it out. Do you?
And that is that ideology and like it
you're your own investment.
Straight up. But yeah, man. I'm thankful though. I'm thankful because I couldn't imagine. Sometimes I talk to my stepmom or just my grandma, or just anybody, and like I couldn't imagine being 60, 70.
Unhappy.
Yeah, man, with all this fucking baggage. Like
I completely understand what you're saying.
You feel me? Yeah. When I'm unpacking things and I'm like
gauging it and releasing it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of like X amount of years or from this time to this time and the tears from that. I couldn't imagine to be
that pent up
crying 60 years worth of damn tears, man. Just take me out the game. Take me out. Yeah. Take me out. Shit is expensive anyway. Take me out of here. Take me
That's home. That's a fact. You're spaceship out here.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to tell you, thank you for going through. Let me tell you. I just wrote this down.
Okay.
About feeling and being seen.
Okay.
I'm in this space right now. When you are obedient and you do the things that you're supposed to do,
that's a hard one.
You're rewarded, right? Being seen to the core is what is happening right now. So I want to thank you